Hello, Pizzasotans. Welcome back to Pizzasota and Banished. I'm Esh. This is EchPlays Banished. Good to have you back. We have some stuff to do. As you can see, we are building a house and a tailor right now because we have 10 clothes stores with English. 10 clothes stored. And we'll run out after this winter, or not, maybe not run out, but we'll get pretty close to running out after this winter. We're in early autumn 2, year 2. Well, I'll say year 2. It's the second early autumn. The years, I'm not really sure how they work. It's sort of like there's that actual timeline, like with the years, like you and me would follow, and then there's some sort of weird dog years going on with the humans. So they'll age several years within a year. So there's that. We have a woodcutter that's not working right now because we have him shifted over to the labor pool so that he can do work because we don't need any firewood. We have 304 stored firewood and the limit is 300, so we're actually over the limit for firewood right now. This is actually a really good, well progressed city right now because we didn't give everybody a house. As you can see, we have 4 houses. If we wanted to give everybody a house, we'd probably need about 6. But we got really lucky, and everybody was a family. So we had some bigger families than usual joining into our little community in family form, so they don't have to fuck each other. You know what I mean? God, I don't know. Let's just come out and say it. They're going to be fucking each other at some point, and we don't want that just yet. So we have, let's go over what we have so far. We have a hunting cabin, hunting some deers. We have a gatherer's hut, gathering all sorts of little mushrooms and herbs and stuff. We have some houses. We have 4 houses with the 5th on the way. We have the woodcutter who turns wood into logs into firewood. We have a boarding house, which is keeping all of our leftover family, which I do actually recommend having instead of just building a bunch of houses. Because if you build a bunch of houses, you're basically forcing yourself early on to build a whole bunch of stuff to keep up with their needs, because they're going to start making babies as soon as they have a house, and the babies are going to start eating your food but not actually putting anything else into the community. As you can see, our inventory is 55% full, which is actually really good. We have a ton of food saved up. We have a decent amount of stockpile being stockpiled. We do have the issue of stone, so we're going to have to keep putting people out here gathering stone and stuff. So let's go ahead and start queuing up even more of the stone gathering, even though we already have some queued up right here. So as you can see, this stuff's already queued up to be collected. Now let's go to our professions panel. I'm going to move this to the top, and if I can remember, I'm going to not close this thing up after we've finished with it each time, because it's a habit to just close this thing, even though I really would like to have it up so I can keep track of who's doing what, how many people we have doing certain things. We have 4 laborers who should be out there gathering stuff. We can actually cycle through them. Halsey is working. She's bringing wood over to the cutter, I guess. I don't know what she's doing that for. I've got Hevinia actually bringing materials over. Oh, I forgot about this. We actually have a trading post coming through, which actually probably is a little bit early, to be honest, because the people who bring trade stuff through actually ask for quite a bit of stuff. But one good thing is we have a tailor coming, and the tailor can make an abundance of coats even though we may not need them. And those things are actually worth quite a bit. They're worth like 15 points. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Like, each thing that the trader's going to bring in is going to be worth X amount of points, and then each thing that we have is worth a certain amount of points. Some worth more points than others. So you got to match up the points. So if you want a bunch of logs and those logs are worth 1 point each, and say you want 15 logs, so you put in, I want 15 logs, and then you have to find something worth 15 points. So maybe you have 3 things worth 5 points, or a coat which is worth 15 points on its own. I know that's confusing, and I'm sure you guys don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So we'll get there whenever we get there. Okay, so I wish we would have had a chance to make this a straight road, because then we could have just made this like the highway and made it all stone. Granted, we have no stone, so it wouldn't matter. We have plenty of iron stored up. We have a decent amount of logs and firewood. I say that, we have a decent amount of firewood. We have 0 fucking logs, though. Goddamn. I guess we're gonna have to start cutting down these trees. I don't know why we haven't, actually. Cutting them all down. Fuck it. Boom. And we're gonna go ahead and prioritize this little section right here. Boom. Alright. So, what do we got going here? We've got 4 laborers doing their thing. We got 2 builders, 2 farmers, 2 gatherers, 2 fishermen, 1 hunter. We could actually get ourselves another hunter out there from the laborer pool. And we're going to check and see what is going on with these buildings. We've got... See, the stone is the issue. And we actually had a lot more iron, but we used 40 of them on this building. This one has almost enough to be built. And then we have this one over here, which is not even close to being done. So it looks like the house is going to be the first thing done. Hopefully the builders are actually out there gathering and stuff. Let's see what they're doing. Picking up resources and picking up resources. So they're actually doing some work. That's the good thing about this game, is that the NPCs don't just stand around idling if they don't have a job to do at their main occupation. So the builders don't have anything to build, so they're out there doing the laborers' stuff. It's good. It's all good. What is this? Oh shit, we have a lot of stuff built. Forester Lodge is not even close to being built. So it looks like the house and then the trading post will be the things that are done first and second, and then maybe the tailor. The Forester Lodge. Now, I've learned, or people have estimated, that you don't want to build a Forester Lodge next to, say, a gatherer's hut or a herbalist thing, because they can't. Then they won't have any trees to use to pick things off of, I guess. I don't know how it works exactly, but they don't want it. They don't want that to happen. You don't want that to happen, do you? I don't think you do. Be basically the worst thing ever if you have that happen. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and do something we haven't done to this point. What the hell is this? Logs are low. We're gonna go ahead and speed this up to 2 times speed. You can actually go up to 5 times speed, but I don't recommend it because shit's gonna be in panic mode if something happens. Like, it's all gonna happen so fast you're not even gonna know. I know people probably can play like that. I'm not smart enough. My brain doesn't work fast enough for 5 times. I'm sorry. But 2 times, I think we can work with it. And it's going to help us get through this with a little bit more action, to be honest. Because otherwise, we'd be waiting forever. It would be just like a whole episode of us waiting for these 5 buildings to be built. Okay, hurry up, guys. Hurry the hell up. What's with this road? Oh my god, there's something here too. A crop field. I've totally forgotten what we've done. I'm sorry. Part of that is the time between episodes. Mostly is because I've actually played this game in my off time as well. So I have other cities that I've been building, and that helps me test out stuff and think I'm gonna do in this, so we don't just like kill the entire town of Pizzasota and end the episode in the series after episode 5 or something. So you just be thankful that I've actually learned my lesson in several failed towns about overexpansion and all sorts of other things. We're in late autumn. That means we're probably going to need this fella right here to start cutting up firewood in a little bit. But we have a full stock of firewood. People aren't using it just yet. And also we're low on logs because they're being used for buildings. I'm actually tempted to cancel some of this stuff. Actually probably will cancel this guy so they have wood there, and also maybe even this building, this house. and then they'll just have to live another winter in the boarding house, whoever was going to move in there. So that's how you control your population. You don't want to wait too long to expand your housing situation, though, because eventually, if you wait too long, then you're just going to have a bunch of old people not willing to bone each other, and then you're stuck without any new babies to become adults eventually. And you want to stagger it evenly throughout your time period, so you're constantly having new laborers come in. As you can see, we're just constantly low on stone and trees. But we have plenty of food, so I'm going to go ahead and take that hunter back off of hunting duty and back into labor. Actually, I'm leaving it because we actually have 2 new laborers show up between the last time we looked at this. So we now have 5 laborers. I am going to think about what we're going to do with these laborers. I think we're probably going to want to add another gatherer. And we'll have, that way we have 4 laborers. It seems like a good number to go out, continue gathering all this stuff up. We actually are growing in logs, but we're also shrinking out of firewood. We're down to 233 firewood, and it's not winter yet. It's just late autumn. So whenever it hits winter, as soon as it hits early winter, I'm going to pop a woodcutter back in here. Alright. Things are going okay. They're going okay. Not great, just okay. We've replanted some stuff. We've got some spare wood laying over here and in the house area where we had those things we canceled. Once we have our tailor and our trading post built, you know what? We could actually cancel the trading posts. Not sure why I really had my eye on it, because boom, just look at all this stuff we have now. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and prioritize this. I don't really know how this works, so I assume that the more times you prioritize it, the higher and higher it's going to get on the list of things to do. We just want all this stuff to be put back in our storage area. Alright, early winter now, so we're going to pop a person in this to get him cutting some wood. This should really help our situation. That's a ton of stone and a ton of wood to be added back to the storage area. We still have plenty of food. We should have more than enough food to survive the winter. Alright, so what I am going to do is I'm going to actually put the house back where we wanted it. I know it's a little bit weird that we canceled it, but just to put it back, but I've changed my mind. I've realized that this one house is actually more important than the trading post was. We wasted a lot of time with that trading post, even because we're not going to be able to really do anything with it, because we don't have a lot of stockpiles of anything. Maybe once we have a tailor up and running for a while, and we have just a surplus of coats, then maybe we can work with it. But until then, we really have no point of actually, you know, doing anything with the trading post. We're just not rich enough to trade anything for stuff. It just was so tempting to have steeds and stuff. Not to mention, you would have to have somebody working the trading post as well. Alright. What's going on? We got a lower stone reserve, so as soon as these fuckers... Okay, they're actually carrying it over there now. Perfect. This is going actually much better now. I feel much more secure in what we actually do have. Our firewood's actually growing back up because we've got our firewood chopper coming back. I've actually closed this window again because I'm dumb. Okay, early winter, we actually had another person join the labor pool. Anne actually became a laborer, so we now have 4 laborers still, even though we just added somebody back to the woodcutter. So this is actually going really well. Timing is becoming perfect. So now that we have a bunch of people becoming adults, though, we definitely want to get this house built. How long until this thing is done? Because we really need this thing to be built. We aren't really losing any coats, but I really just want it done to get it out of the way. So I don't have to think about it. So then the house will be done as well, and we can get some people moving into there. Lashad is 12, so he can use a house. And then we've got two 11-year-olds in this house as well, and nobody there. And then we have all these people that need a house as well. They're all adults. Every single one of those people are adults. So what I'm going to do actually is build 2 houses. Where do we want our next little neighborhood to be? It's a good question. It's a good question. That's what I meant. Let's see. Let's build another road. Let's build another little road connecting to the highway here. This is eventually going to be over the water here. It'll be another bridge. But until then, it's just going to be our little suburb. Our seaside suburb. It's going to be built right next to the boarding house here. Alright, so I'm going to build this one. I like this house for the corners because it has like a wraparound porch. Boom. At least the builder has something to do now. Keep her muscles warm. Who is that anyway? That's old Harlsey, the builder. She is murdering that road. When she's got her partner, Alas, the 28-year-old builder, in the twilight of his career as a builder, he knows all the tricks. And what do we got going now? Let's check out this stuff over here. Yeah, they've gathered all the stuff. They're still working on clearing these trees, which is actually good news because we have plenty of firewood being cut, and now we have 117 logs stored thanks to the gathering of all those spare logs from that building and the cutting down of this forest. So things are picking back up to normalcy. Alright, what else is going on here? We're in midwinter now. All we have to worry about is late winter, and then we know we'll be out of the danger zone, if you will. We were on the highway to the danger zone whenever we were low on stuff, but now we're off the danger zone highway. We've got off the off ramp of the danger zone highway, and we're now back on normal road, normal street. Okay. Rotate this bad boy around. Just checking around to see what everybody's doing. It's a hustle and bustle going on right now. There's people are actually still removing the trees from this crop field I just noticed. And we got plenty of fish coming in. Let's check our food storage. Our stock is still at 55%. That means we're actually bringing in more than we can eat, which is actually really good. But that will start going down as soon as we get these 2 houses built. It seems like everybody is concentrating on gathering this stuff. Let's go ahead and put corn. We have corn and squash. Corn is delicious and squash is not. Let's be honest. Alright, we're going to put a farmer here. Oops. Wait, what? You can put 2 farmers on each farm. I didn't know that. Maybe we can do that later. Maybe we should have just put another farmer on one of the fields so maybe we can double yield it. I'm going to go ahead and put someone on this farm. Let's see. Boom. We'll have another person ready to farm, but they're going to continue doing their laborers' work until spring, because that's when they'll actually be able to farm. So all 3 of the farmers are actually doing other jobs right now during the off season. Okay, it's getting built. It is at 75%. They should start doing other stuff now. Let's go ahead and get this thing prioritized a little bit higher. There you go. That house should be next on the list of everything. They need to remove this piece of log from it. That's why it says O of 1. Trees, rocks, and other obstructions need to be removed from the area. So in case you're confused, just because it's a picture of a tree there, it doesn't mean that there's a tree growing like some invisible tree. It just means there's something blocking it. Okay, that's done. Now they just need to bring over the stuff. It's late winter. Don't be confused. It's 32 degrees out. I don't know if that's Celsius or Fahrenheit, or maybe it's some weird Banished unit of temperature measurement. I don't know. Alright, oh, whoa, wow. It just fucking flash froze. And now it's not. It's green again. Wow, that was really weird. Okay. I've closed that thing again accidentally. Damn. Alright, so we're still moving at 2 times the speed. I guess since we're not really doing anything, we could temporarily move it up to 5 times. It's early spring. Let's make sure that this stuff's getting done, actually, before we do that. 6 of 28 still on the bridge. The house is done. Donovanny and Hevinia. Donovanny was living in this house with his family. He was an adult. Actually, no, he's not. Look at this. Donovanny. And Donovanny with 2 N's. Holy shit. What the hell? Alright, we need another house, I think. We definitely need another house here. We're going to add to our new little suburb over in this section. The new house. Our stones are growing a little bit. No, it's not. Look, we have a whole nother stockpile here. It says storage for logs, stone, and iron is near capacity, but that is a lie. Because we actually have a whole new stockpile section right there behind it. So no big deal at all. Gatherer's Hut. Let's check on the Gatherer's Hut production. Last season, they gathered a shit ton of stuff. They got 360 roots, 242 mushrooms, 362 berries, and 154 roots, or onions rather. And then the current season so far in this new year through the spring, they've only gathered 16 roots, but I'm confident that they can really reach these numbers once again this year. They're getting the bridge done. That's what they're doing. I was wondering what was going on currently. It is the bridge that is going on currently. It has all of its resources. All it's waiting for is the actual builders to come. So let's go ahead and open the thing that I keep closing and see where the builders are. Picking up resources. And working. Oh, Donovanny with 2 N's is actually over here working. They are constantly calling him Donovanny with 2 N's because they, like me, are confused as hell. It's a popular name in Pizzasota. If you had one of those charts that shows like the popular names throughout all the states, you might be able to. It's a GIF, I believe. You can look it up on the Google. It's a GIF that shows the popular names through the years on a map of the United States. If it was Pizzasota instead of Minnesota, Donovanny would be there for like the entire lifespan of the whole of the state. We actually want the road to link up, obviously. The bridge is now here, so we can actually start queuing up our laborers to cut down some trees. Just a small section at a time, so they don't take too long doing one little bit of things. That's my pro tip to you guys. If you want to, while you're setting up what is this? What the hell is that? It's like it's a hide. I was like, it was like a dead bear or something. Anyway, set your gatherers stuff little sections at a time instead of big, huge forest areas. Little sections. That way they do all those trees and then they move on to another resource. That way you don't have 1,000,000 logs and 0 stone or whatever the case is. This person has nothing to work with, so they're probably out doing something else. That means that the hunters aren't hunting fast enough, unfortunately. Or it just means we have 19 coats. 19 fucking coats. Oh god. What's our limit on this actually? Let's turn this. Oh, we can only have. Oh shit, no. We don't want that. I want. Can I not put in 50? There we go. That's good. 50 is our max. I think we're gonna turn her off for a bit. There we go. That way she just doesn't keep going every time we have a coat or hides or whatever to work with. Looks like maybe Anne is actually bringing over resources to the building. Yeah, she is. Look at that. Alright, so that's getting done now. It's getting done. Is there anything we need to build? Let's take a look at our building thing here. We could use a herbalist, actually. Where's that at? I know we have it somewhere around here. A herbalist, used to gather herbs and provide simple health and healing recipes. Not to be confused with the gatherer's hut. The herbalist makes medicines, which is actually going to help with our citizens' health overall, but I think we can really wait on that, because if you look over here, the average health of the citizens is still maxed out at 5 hearts. What does this say? This is the happiness of citizens is actually maxed out at 5 stars, which is fitting because stars are definitely the happiest thing. Well-known fact, stars are actually happy at all times. Alright, now the builders are free to be building. Look, Donovanny with 2 N's. I don't know, I think actually with 2 N's is actually his middle name, so that's actually his full name. Donovanny with 2 N's is working hard on this house, and soon enough, another couple will be able to move into their house and start banging hard and fast to make a child. Look at this. Look at him work. Let's zoom in and get an action shot of this guy working. Wow. What a badass. Donovanny, where are you? No, we were watching him and now he's going on break. 69%, which is fitting because I don't have to really say it, do I? You guys know why it's fitting. Holy shit. Shailene, Howless, and Michelle were all born. Howless, the best name of all 3 of those, is actually a werewolf, and he was born to Donovanny with 2 N's. So Donovanny with 2 N's was actually working on this building while his child was born, which is a testament to how dedicated he is to his job. You go, Donovanny. Just, we're gonna ignore the fact that he is probably gonna have to get a divorce. He did bring food to his house just now. I saw it. Look at how much food they have. Fuck, they have a whole plethora of, like a fucking buffet in there. Fucking Golden Corral and shit. Okay. Man, this is going really, really exciting. I'm really excited about all this. Let's see what we got. We're still at 54% of storage, which has been supplemented a little bit by the coats we've built, but we still have plenty of food in there. Look at that. Oh, it's actually being, some of the stuff is being removed. Storage for logs zone is under capacity. You're lying again. Once again, you're lying. You son of a bitch liar, motherfucker. I'm super angry at that. I don't know why, actually. Don't know why I'm super angry at the message. I am going to get rid of these stone, though. Boom. Let's see. Donovanny. Oh, let's see who. Donovanny with 1 N has moved in with Anne. It's the 19-year-old Donovanny with Anne, the 13-year-old. They're going to be having creepy sex and in no time making little babies. Making little babies. Here you got Donovanny with 1 N living next to Donovanny with 2 N's. So it's only fitting, it's only suitable that we call the little suburb the Donovanny suburb. It's like a little outcropping within the larger Pizzasota area. So Donovanny, this will be Donovanny Boulevard, obviously. Oh, this is actually really good. We're RPing here, guys. We're giving our town some lore, if you will. Amanda was born. Who's Amanda? Oh, not even Amanda. It's Amand. It's Amand. What the hell? It's a terrible name. Amanda is actually the child of Wilhelmer and Shell, who already had a 9-year-old named Ziorman. Actually, I think they already had like 2 or 3 other kids that have moved out. So they're still going strong. They're still keeping their love life active, which I can only means they're trying some really weird kinky shit to keep their interest up. Which is, and you know what, more power to them. If you want to put something in your butt to make things a little bit more excited, then go for it. Just go to town. Stretch your anus right out in the name of love. Let's see. We do have all these little babs just growing up in the town of, the bustling town of Pizzasota. They go up and down of Donovanny Boulevard. They buy and sell drugs. It's where it's basically the bad part of town now, next to the boarding house where all of the hobos go to stay. It's only fitting that the prostitution and drug selling cartels roam this road, and the Donovanny Empire actually is in charge of it. It's actually the Mafia of Pizzasota now. They are peddling their wares, their illegal wares, all the herbs and spices that you could ever dream of, that the law of Pizzasota does not permit you to use on a regular basis, is being actually peddled illegally by Donovanny, and Donovanny with 2 N's. You know what? Way to go. More power to him. Start a mafia. Every town needs a good mafia. Alright. Let's go see what we can build. Can we build any of this? Actually, oh shit. We're going to run into a huge issue if we don't get a blacksmith down right now. Let's go ahead and build a blacksmith over here by this thing. And we need to rush this really fast because we have 1 tool left. Don't panic though, we have 0 tools left. Don't panic though, I say it again. Don't panic, because they can still work without tools. It'll just have a little tool icon above their head, and I think it means that they're going to work really inefficiently. And our blacksmith is built, so who's going to be the lucky laborer who goes from laboring to a professional blacksmith? Going to be making all sorts of tools and metal dildos for Wilhelmer and Shell, who are just increasing their kinkiness. They're definitely going to be asking the blacksmith for a metal phallus with smoothed edges, so that there isn't an unfortunate laceration incident with Shell's vagina. We're going there. We're going there because God knows there's nothing else to talk about. Because we're at a point where we're building like 1 building per hour. So we're gonna have to talk about Shell and Wilhelmer doing all sorts of weird stuff with their anus. It's just a fact of life at this point. Zeormarin is now an adult and is a laborer as well. So we have 6 laborers waiting to become some sort of blacksmith. Here we go. Who's gonna be the lucky blacksmith? We're about to find out. We are about to find out. Blacksmith, where is he? 1 blacksmith coming up. It is Zeormarin, the guy that just turned into a laborer, has been lucky. He's the lucky person who gets to be the person who builds tools. He's no longer out there doing all the crazy lifting of logs. Now he's actually stuck 24 hours a day in front of a furnace, sweating his balls off, building tools. So I'm not sure if it's an upgrade or a downgrade, but he's actually going to be really well sought after in the town. He's going to, as soon as we have enough buildings to house him and his new family, he's going to be having all sorts of suitors who want to be his lady. No doubt. No diggity. No doubt. You can actually fit 1 more house over here, and I think we are going to build one more house, and then we'll wait a little while. It's the baby boom, as you can see. We have another. Oh, Kamari is now in a laborer, and a child named Thornton was born. Hopefully, it is. It is Donovanny with 1 N, and Anne's child, Thornton. It's a weird name, but you know what? Memorable name. Actually, not gonna be. It's gonna be terrible for me to remember that because it has so many fucking consonants and N's in there. All right. Wow, things are going really well, everybody. I think this is a good place to leave it. I am going to get before we leave, the woodcutter back, because our firewood is low at 87. We want to stockpile it. It's late autumn. That means it's going to be winter soon. We want them to get started cutting some of this logs into firewood. And we want to make sure our laborers have got plenty of gathering to do. Let's go ahead and queue up some more trees to be cut down, because as you can see, these trees were cut down, and that was something we cut down late. So that means they're pretty much wandering around doing nothing at this point. So we're going to go ahead and queue them up some more trees, and then we're going to go ahead and queue them up some stone over here, and then queue them up some iron over here, and then queue them up even more trees. That gives them something to do, and hopefully, slowly but surely, our tool situation will be fixed, because look, as you can see, everybody pretty much has a tool icon over their head. But overall, over time, hopefully, we can only have 1 blacksmith at a time, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would definitely Oh, you can set him to make steel tools, actually, if you wanted to. That's interesting. We'll have to think about that later, but first we need to fix our current tool crisis. It's definitely the tool crisis. And we'll concentrate on fixing the tool crisis next time. So until next time, thank you again for watching the conflicts and conflict resolution of Pizzasota here on Banished. I'm Esh, this is EchPlays, and until next time, as always, play on.